Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to the video lectures of professional practices. And in this session, we will cover week number 3. So, first of all, let's go to the topics which we will cover in this week. We will discuss cognitive development. In cognitive development, we will discuss the theory given by Lawrence Kohlberg regarding moral development. After that, we will discuss why business ethics is important. What are the practices which are used by business and which is considered good practices? And what is ethical reasoning? So these are the topics which we will cover in this, inshallah, in this week. First of all, we will start with cognitive development. Intellectual development refers here to the changes that occur as a result of growth and experience in a person's capacity of thinking. Students, as we know that when a person is born, he is called infant. Infant is called in Urdu, we call it Shirkhwar. Then he becomes a kid. Then he becomes teenager. Then he becomes young. Then he goes to middle age. Then he goes to old age. So students, right from the birth of any student or any person, the process of learning starts. Even when a person is born, he cannot see things very well. He cannot explain anything, but his mind processing starts right from the birth. So, what is cognitive development? Cognitive development is the development in a person's in a person's life in terms of intellectual, which starts from the birth and it keeps on going on and on gradually. This is the development which occurs due to different experiences, due to different thinking capacities of a person, and this is due to the environment a person has been provided by the society or by the family. According to or af, or according to the cognitive development understanding, we see that or we come to know that a person's capacity in a person's capacity of thinking, reasoning, relating, judging, conceptualizing, in particular it concerns such changes in children. Normally, as I've told you, that these are the changes which occur in the young life or in the life of if in the life of a child, and these things keeps on changing, or it keeps on improving by every now and then. Next, there are number of different approaches to the study of intellectual development in children. So we have different psychological understandings and different psychological approaches and tests that we can conduct in order to understand or in order to grade and gauge the intellectual level of a student. As in the history of most branches of scientific knowledge, the study began with observation of and description. For many years, descriptive accounts of children's thinking, reasoning, and other intellectual capacities were thoroughly mixed with description of the social and emotional development and of the verbal and motor skills. So this is also very much important that for many years we've been thinking that for many years descriptive accounts of a children's thinking, reasoning, and other intellectual capacities were thoroughly mixed with description of their social emotions and development. So we can see that the students or the children what they think and what they think and what they give arguments and reasoning about depends on their emotional development and also verbal and motor tools. Let's have some more information and discussion on the topic. Cognitive development is basically the development. Psychologists are interested in the origin and the course of cognitive capacities, with a great deal of interest therefore being paid to the manifestation in infancy. Infancy means when a person is infant. Infant mean जब बच्चा छोटा होता है, शीरख्वार होता है और 2 साल तक जब वो बिल्कुल इन्फेंट की पोजीशन पे होता है, तब से उसके अंदर मॉरल डेवलपमेंट या कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट स्टार्ट हो जाती है. When we examine what infants do, the data they obtain from the world, we find that they appear to behave in much the same way as scientists. So when a baby is born, he examines the environment given to him and he behaves accordingly. Next, the idea that babies without the benefit of formal education and not even being able to speak could generate theories about the world seems surprising on first consideration. So students, the babies when they are born, they observe the environment and they learn without getting any formal education. They learn and they respond to the society. Yet one of the most influential psychologists of the last century has argued exactly this. So one of the psychologists who has argued in this regard, and his account has attracted enormous interest from other psychologists and educators, and he has explained the things in different ways, and he has also observed the same about the cognitive development. The name of the scientist was Jean Piaget. He was born in 1996 and he died in 1980. Sorry, he was born in 1896 and he died in 1980. He was a Swiss psychologist. He developed a model of cognitive behavior and cognitive development which holds the children's thinking progress through a series of orderly stages. So he says that there are some some stages. Stage number 1, stage number 2, stage number 3, stage number 4, 5, and so on. So gradually we see the difference in the moral development and cognitive development of a person or of a child. According to Piaget, each stage reflects qualitative differences in the way the children understands and acts upon the world relative to the status and another development phase. So in every step, a, a child reflects quantitative differences in the way the children understands and acts upon the world's relative upon the world relative to its status. So a child at every stage he reacts to the different understanding of the society or of the world. So here we have seen that cognitive development means the development or intellectual development starts from the birth and it goes on gradually. Now we have another topic called moral development. So as soon as the children is growing up, he starts improving his morality and his moral. A moral development is a gradual development of individual's concept of right or wrong. So this is the topic where we will understand what is the right way and what is the wrong way. So this is the development in the child, which is basically the development which is called gradual development. Gradual development means slowly and steadily. As soon as a person is getting older, he is getting the ideas of different concepts and he starts thinking what is wrong and what is right. Conscious, religious values, social attitudes, and certain behaviors. So these are the things which are learned by the children gradually. And in order to learn these things, we will have to understand the theory which is given by Lawrence Kohlberg. Lawrence Kohlberg was a professor in a university, in Harvard University, and he gave different stages of moral development. As we have been seeing, or we have been reading, and we have been studying that the development in a child comes gradually, it improves gradually, and it changes gradually. As soon as the time goes on, he gets older. As soon as he gets older, new things and new ideas come to his mind. So Lawrence Kohlberg was a professor in Harvard University during the early 1970s, and he was famous for work on development psychology. He conducted many studies at Harvard Center for Moral Development and proposed the theory on moral development. So after having different studies means after having different researches, he developed the model of human development. So let's have the discussion on the moral development. He suggested 6 stages in the moral development. These stages are called 6 stages of moral development. These are also called 6 stages of Lawrence Kohlberg, or we also say this that these are the 6 stages of Kohlberg theory. First 2 stages there are six different stages, but three levels. This is level 1, this is level 2, this is level 3. In level 1, pre-conventional moral development, there is stage number 1 and 2. In level 2, conventional moral development, we have stage number 3 and 4. And in third level, we have post conventional moral development. So let's discuss level 1 first and stage number 1 and 2. So in every level there are two stages of moral development. So students, in level number 1, it starts when a person is a child, and in the level number 1 there are two stages, and stage number 1 is obedience and punishment avoidance, especially common in young children, but adults are also capable of expressing this type of reasoning. So students, here children do good things, children avoid bad things because they are asked to do so. So in order to obey the orders of the elders, or in order to avoid the punishment which may cause if they do bad things or if they do not do good things. So children are acting, or children are behaving in ethical way. So this is the first level of moral development, where children are doing good in obedience and children are doing good in order to avoid the punishment. At this stage, children see rules and as fixed and absolute, obeys rules in order to avoid punishment, determine a sense of right and wrong by what is punished and what is not punished, obeys superior authority and allows that authority to make the rule, especially if that authority has the power to inflict pain, is responsive to rules that will affect his or her physical well-being. So students, these are all the points which we have covered, and these points are telling us that the first step starts when a person is a child, he is at low age or young age, and he obeys the rule, he follows the policies given to him by any authority in order to avoid the punishment, number 1, and number 2, he does good in obedience. So this was the stage number 1 of the Kohlberg theory. Stage number 2 means exchange of favors, self-interest orientation. What is good for me? Paying for benefit. So in this stage we see that children see what is good for them and what are the payments, and what are the results of for the benefits. At this stage of moral development, children account for individual point of view and judge actions based on how they serve individual needs. Reciprocity is possible, but only if serves one's own interest. So students, in this stage, children are doing good because they think that doing good is in their personal interest. Doing good is in their personal interest, and they think that doing good is also good with the positive relation with their positive relation with the society. So in order to make good relations with the society, this is in their personal interest to do goods, or to do ethical activities. So students, this was the level of number 1, and level number 2 and 3 we will discuss the level number 2 and 3 in next video.